Welcome, everybody, to the Fantasy Football Journeymen podcast.
You better be praying to God because, you're 14 and losses in a row. You're going to need Jesus.
Am I wrong?
I thought you were pretty wrong, yeah.
"'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the studio not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The beer steins were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Budweiser soon would be there. The journeymen were nestled all snug in their buds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And the St. Pauli girl in her kerchief and I in my cap had just finished our bones before a long winter's nap. When out on the balcony there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutter, and threw up the cash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave the luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 3 stone journeymen. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Wojcik. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. "Now Bobby, now Ryan, now Blake and Bronson, on Joe, on all you fucks! To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all!" As dry the leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky, so up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with sleigh full of toys, and St. Bobbyclaus too. And then, in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew my head and was turning around, down the chimney the journeyman came with a bound. Sit tight and strap in. We now start another episode of the Journeymen.
Holy shit.
I want to clap.
You got
but
Chuck Dickens over there, Robert Frost.
I want to clap, but I know that it would be
incredible.
annoying to listeners, so I'm going to say that was easily the best one.
Excellent intro.
Maybe rivaling the first one, but I think that's neck and neck for best intros, which the fans have not seen here.
And we're getting close to that Christmas time, so it was very well put together.
Well, steal
Very
from the best.
impressed.
That's what I say.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, the fantasy,
Can't do it better. Steal.
Yeah, the fantasy football journeymen are back. I would say original 4 coming at you. We got Aaron on the mic
Classic.
with the great intro. Barbarino. We got Ryan.
Yup.
Hey,
And then we got Sir Wojenstein right here. So let's get into it.
It was Wojcik, not
I like
Wojenstein.
Wojenstein.
I've said
that works.
Wojenstein a couple times.
Sounds like the
Oh,
German
okay,
Santa
okay.
Claus, you know.
Can I
Germans.
can I tell you that one of the fun things when you're editing these videos is watching the reactions when the intros get done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes it's a hit, sometimes it's a miss.
that one's a hit.
I disagree. I think all of yours have been hits, but of varying degrees.
Well, I meant like in the middle of it, the different lines that are thrown up.
Okay.
So.
It's very intimidating. We tried doing our own. It's tough.
It's
tough sliding.
the quality has gone down just a tad in terms of the intros since your absence, but either way,
That'll be
it's,
$5.
I'd pay that. For that intro, I would. Absolutely.
I don't know. Aaron will be on, here and there for sure
Pay that man
know.
his money.
throughout the podcast here. So it's great. It's great when we can have you, and
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Right.
Been on
So-
an extensive tour.
I hope work isn't killing you too much, man. I know that.
Yes, it
Our
does.
producer worked 12 hours days.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I don't want to talk about that. That shit's over.
Oh, all right. Well, on to new beginnings.
yeah.
Well,
So-
I mean, at least for the next 12 days.
Right. Yeah, he's on a vacation, so
I'm
he
on
just doesn't
vacation.
no work
yeah.
into the mindset. But
Fuck those guys.
so we are doing a Christmas episode because Barbarino, I don't think you're going to be in attendance next week here.
It's
but
going to get tight for me.
it is the Christmas season. I want to start off though with Bobby should really be the Santa Claus figure here because Ryan, you want to pull up yours?
Oh, yeah.
So this is what this guy got us. I mean, a real mensch right now.
This thing.
Little Grey Goose. And Ryan, what'd you get? You get the Jim Beam.
Jim Beam.
And those have nice glasses in there, so now you guys got to add to your,
Chocolate.
kitchenware.
And
Dude, very, very cool, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Oh,
yeah,
love you
man.
guys.
Awesome. Thank you, dude.
Merry
you're
Christmas.
welcome.
Merry Christmas. So, the game's already started. The Raiders against the Chargers.
Raiders.
Backup quarterbacks galore, which we will talk about a little bit later. But hit us with the picks of the game, guys, because we're 0-0 in a shit show. So, Ryan, hit me.
Who gives a fuck? No, I'm just kidding. Let's go with the Raiders.
Raiders.
I got
like
Devontae
Raiders.
Adams. I need it.
I like Raiders. I got Zamir White. I got some skin in this game.
Yeah, I'm thinking Raiders. I could easily see Chargers, but as you kind of already mentioned, Ryan,
Keenan's out.
it's a
Herbert's
real
out.
who cares. Like if you have fantasy implications, which we might as well just parlay right into those.
Huge fantasy implications.
Yeah. So who do you got going?
I got Devontae Adams, who was ruled active like an hour before the game, so he looks good so far. I mean, like
Yeah, he's already got some
health
receptions.
wise,
Yeah,
like he doesn't
he
look
looks
like
good.
he's slowed down or anything. But we'll see. Chargers don't have a great defense, but the Raiders don't have a great offense, so I don't know. It could be one of those either really high scoring games or like last week when it was like 3-0 when the Raiders played the Vikings.
Could you believe? Yeah, could you believe that another 3-0 hit the books? Because earlier this year, I was like, I can't imagine a score like that. But twice this year, we had 0 threes.
And it was 0-0 into the fourth quarter. They didn't even get to like the last 2 minutes.
What an embarrassment of a game!
Can you imagine
too.
being there? How horrible it would have been.
Bobby, what do you got fantasy implication wise?
I only got Zamir White in the league. Me and my dad co-op, and that's a bigger dollar amount. So I hope he does well and finds himself in the end zone at least.
Oh, and I got to say, I took Jacoby Myers out of my lineup. 'Cause
Smart.
Normally, Keenan Allen would be there, so I had to play somebody else. I don't know. I want to keep my options
Did you go
open
Gabe Davis with it?
for now.
You
But
did?
I like
it.
Downs, too. I got both of them. I'm going to decide.
Basically, what you're doing is you don't want to
don't-
cornhole yourself in of like.
I don't want to be Thursday night to set me back too far.
prying too much on Thursday night, and especially welcome to the playoffs, gentlemen. So in
Yeah.
all three of us made the playoffs.
I made the playoffs
Well-
in 2 of my leagues, and I did not make the playoffs in one of them. But this is the same one. I'm the second highest point scorer, most highest points against, and I was 5 and 10.
Okay.
3 for 3, baby. 3 for 3.
Hey, man, I'll give
that's
you one on
good.
that.
That's proud.
I backed my way into the big league, but I'm still in. I lost my last 4. I'm 7-7, but hell, didn't have Nick Chubb the entire season. Made the playoffs. Let's go.
A quick question just for the other panelists. Did you ever have a player that played that got you 0 or negative points? Because I didn't.
No, I didn't.
No, because I'm a professional Woj. How many times? Frequency.
All right.
Like
So
every
we're
other week?
We should call him Iceman.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
I hate that
Iceman.
that came up.
How about Mr.
yeah.
That one I'm a little bit more inclined to.
Jack Frost.
So okay, we could go on forever.
I love it.
So what they're referring
Troll
to
'em.
that we brought up is the ice rule in the big money league with the Schro Bros, and I had to do 5
Oh my God.
ices throughout the year because my kickers were a problem. And they're gonna love this. They're gonna just be
And
cackling.
And he rostered multiple kickers.
Hey, I like to have my options open, dude.
How he makes it to the playoffs is bad.
So-
He didn't make it. So.
Well, I didn't make it in that one, but I made it in 2 out of 4. I'm first place in one, so I'll take
I'm
it.
halfway there.
But either way, I mean, I don't have anybody going in fantasy except for the Raiders defense is against me, and
Sorry.
it's fine. But the Raiders D is against me, and this could be a very low scoring game. I just, again, I think the Raiders are going to win, but I just can't. I can't see a couple pick sixes or bad football like that. I just, for fantasy purposes, if that happens, I'm boned right
but
off
think
the
about
bat.
coaching perspective. You have 2 quarterbacks that are relatively new and have barely stepped out on the field as a professional. They're going to go the Alex Smith approach. They're going to keep everything 7 yards in, just high completion percentages, and create the game. Is that it? Did I get one?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like it. If he's number 35, which I
hope he
believe he
is.
is.
And just show it.
And touchdown.
I think it is. I'm going to just go with it.
It is
right.
him.
Oh,
So-
excellent. Okay.
It's him.
Are we doing our Bobby's bets, Woj's wagers? Are
Yeah,
we
so
moving there?
that's kind
Okay.
of what I was going to segue into.
Sorry. Got
Is
excited.
what do you got? You can start it out, Bob. If you got
I
it.
got a few going right now. I got Zamir White anytime touchdown score, just happened. Raiders to win. Devontae Adams over 50 yards, and then the under of 43.5. I just don't see this being a high scoring game. I have Jacoby Myers. This was a stretch. It was it pays out like $30 for a $5 bet, but Jacoby Myers gets 25 yards each half.
Okay, that's an interesting
And
one.
then another one I threw 10 at, which it seems to be something that would happen. Austin Eckler and Devontae Adams each record 60-plus scrimmage yards. So that's rushing, passing combination. So that'll pay out okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
I like it.
I think they should have. I got a quick four-legger. Aiden O'Connell, who's the quarterback of the Vegas Raiders, over 205. Devontae Adams, 5 catches. I also had Sir Whitenstein as a touchdown scorer off of your advice, so I'll give you one on
Get
that.
it.
And then we also got Easton Stick, who is the quarterback for the. I feel like it's terrible. I have to explain quarterbacks for each team.
No,
'cause
but
most people won't
yeah.
know.
What do you have him? going?
Over one touch, just has to pass for one.
Ooh,
touchdown.
I don't. We'll see.
I don't know, man. Throw
We'll
it
see.
out, see what sticks.
I like it.
Part of
Is
me,
that a nice payout though? What's it like 6-1 on that?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe
right.
a little bit more.
yeah.
What were you gonna say, Ryan?
I was say part of me is semi glad that Keenan Allen's not playing, so I don't have to rely on Easton Stick.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone would gamble on that.
It's a big downgrade
Well,
for sure.
if Keenan Allen was in, I have to play him. He's like
No,
one of
I
my
understand.
top
Keenan
3.
Allen is, with Herbert.
It's
Yes.
like Adams. Like gotta play him, even no matter what. Because if you don't play him,
you
he'll
have
go
to.
off.
No,
and
yeah.
you'll be
No,
pissed.
I think in general you have to play Adams.
No, I totally get that. So let's run down it real quick because the Bears Packers
What's a rundown?
run it down.
Kidding.
I'm gonna hit you right in your ribs. One of these days.
I was trying to do something in the office. Come on.
It's fine, man. Just this motherfucker. All right. So just give me a rundown of the state of the Bears, state of the Packers, real quick. We do this every week, and some weeks definitely take longer than others. But I feel like week to week for this year, this 2 week stretch rather, is pretty similar in my case. But I want to hear what you guys think.
I'll do Packers real quick. They had an upset or like an upsetting loss. What was it? 22-24.
Last second field goal, right?
Last second field goal. But you know what? Like I said, for what it's worth, they're
Buffalo
showing
Sprinkle.
signs of improvement, which I didn't think that was going to be the case at all this season.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that they were going to get to 5 wins, and that's already been eclipsed. But it was one of those games that we definitely could have started to pull away, and it never really happened. But I guess I'm surprised how well they're performing. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I'll kind of definitely agree with you on that. Is that like, I think this is a very good stepping stone season so far, as that you can see progress in Jordan Love. Now, is he? And I hate these stats that come up. They're like, for the Packers game, is like he's had the last 3 weeks with the best, QBR or whatever. It's because he had 3 good games in a row where he passed for 300 yards. I just hate those stats. They mean nothing.
They don't
Just say
paint
he had a good.
it's like a nice painted, tree in a Bob Ross painting, and then everything else looks like, just total throw it like, paint on the other half.
But yeah, the Packers. I mean, again, playoff hunt. So that's
like
what you
Bobbyclaus.
really asked for. Let's switch it over to the Bears.
Yeah.
Ryan, what you got?
I just can't believe that they're actually in the playoff hunt. It's unbelievable to me. I don't know. I mean, like,
Are they really though?
I feel like I still want the same thing. Like, I still would rather have them get a better draft pick. And, like, I feel like if they keep winning, it depends. Like, if Fields does better and plays well, then it's good. But if he's still, like, you don't know, then that doesn't really help us out. And also, I don't know. It's like, also, I feel like if then they might hold on to Eberflus and stuff, and I don't know if I really want that. Like, they'll get him another year. I don't know. It's tough to say.
You're basically saying they do well, you keep Eberflus, which is not
They might
necessarily
do
a
that.
positive. They
Yeah.
do worse, they fire him, but then you a little bit of unknownness.
And then it's like, yeah, and then like I don't know, we're gonna have the number 1 pick, and it's like you don't have that often, and I don't know if Fields is worth holding on to over getting another guy at the number 1. It's tough to say unless we really see some things the next few weeks.
Aaron.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at it and it's like, well, boy, I really would like that number 1 pick. But what have we ever done with any of the picks? Other from driving him into the fucking
we
ground.
pretty much got it already. Carolina is the worst team, so
I mean,
I'm just saying, but like,
What a dumpster
I mean,
fire.
if there was something you could do to develop a player from a pick on the Bears team with the coaching staff and the organization, God bless. Let's get a pick. If you can't, what's the point? And the same thing with the coaching staff. I can't see how you keep Eberflus on when you fired so many other coaches for so less. And then, right now it seems like their biggest game they're playing is this PR game. Hey, we're going to build a stadium in Arlington Heights. We're going to build a stadium about a block away from the stadium we got. So, you could say that doesn't really play into the game. I think it does, because I think they're trying to figure out whatever they can to keep some fan loyalty going. But I don't know where this organization's head is at, because it's certainly not in the game, and it hasn't been for years. I say that as a lifelong Bears fan who has gone through season after season of disappointment and have gotten my hopes up, and then just sit there at the end of the season going, what the hell happened? I don't think I've ever been to a Bears game, home game, that they've ever won. I was at the game when Rodgers did the what did he say? Like I own this team.
Fucking own you.
Yeah, I was at that game.
Yeah,
He does. Look at
Jason,
his record.
were you there with me?
probably.
Yeah, because it was like the whole stadium just started erupting and something. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, dude, they're not very good at home. I would say not very good away.
Wait, hold on. If you're not good at home, you're not good away. What are you good at?
They're not
London?
Neutral field.
They're not
London?
good. No, it's
Neutral
just
side.
I don't want a European team. I don't want
No,
them to
definitely
create like the Belfast Bombers or something like that. No, I don't.
Maybe
I guess
the
that
Bears
was a
are
little
moving there.
insensitive, but
The Belfast Bears.
Yeah, no, I don't think European is the way to go. Now, granted, do you have any control over it? No, they're promoting Jacksonville definitely over there heavy.
Well, it's gonna be London if anything.
What the hell just
no,
happened?
but no,
we
screw
were
that.
talking about the
This is-
Bears.
I know, but we're
He
moving a little bit.
diverted.
I
We
just
pivoted?
American football. Let's leave it in
Okay.
America.
That's
I don't know.
fair.
It's just
That's-
my own take.
I got you. Yeah, no, just to wrap up on the Bears here, I do think though that the moving of fields and like stuff like that in terms of like the actual physical field, it's a thing that you have to go through it in stages, like just like developmentally, like through cities and get permits and all this stuff. I think anybody who thought, because I had a lot of people come up to me saying like, oh man, the Bears are gonna be playing Arlington Heights in 2 years. I'm like, no. It's gonna take 10 years because
I
they
like
have
that.
to.
No.
They have to build
Batman.
stuff. Well, like it's just like some people would come up being like, "Fuck yeah!"
Oh
the
no,
Bears.
it's going to take years of development like
It's a
at
long
least 5
plan.
to 10 years. I'd say closer to a decade.
There's a lot of like they have to build the shit first of all, but then also they have to honor their contract through the city of Chicago, which runs through a certain point. So it's just like again, it's just taking a little
and
bit
I mean-
longer. I don't really
Yeah.
care either way because going to a Bears game for me, and I'm sure Bobby with you with the Packers, it's very special. Like we don't do this every single year,
Right.
every single game. So like I do like to make it an event, and it's
An
like, hey,
all-day affair. Like,
I guess just to circle it back a little bit, what I was getting at really in the grander scheme of things is that I feel like that whole PR side of things is going to end up continuing to be a smokescreen for the real breakdowns and issues within the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think with any team that looks like the Bears, you're looking at the whole organization, and you really can't find at this point anything that's like I would say like really like, hey, we do this very very well, and that's a problem. You really don't want to have your NFL team say like, hey, at any field in the organization.
And I mean, like, and here's a great fact. What happened this past week? The pretty much greatest Bear scoring player of all time, Robbie Gold, retired.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, like that's saying something when your kicker,
out.
it's like up there.
congrats
the
him.
all-time
He
score.
was an excellent kicker.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love watching Robbie Gold. You guys really messed up by letting him go.
Oh, I absolutely agree.
I don't think you'd find anybody who would disagree.
That was the dumbest move ever.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
I mean, good as gold. I love that nickname.
I would just say though, I think that him getting cut made him get better again. Like he was kind of going down the last year or two, whatever. But when they let him go, to be fair to the Bears,
To be
fair.
but he fucking did work when he went on San Fran. Again.
Yeah, it's like a spite. Like, hey, fuck
So
you,
maybe
Chicago.
that was like a wake up call for him. Like, hey, I gotta get my shit together again.
Yeah, I could see it. So as we are coming kind of at the end a little bit, I do got this topic though. We're Christmas episoding it up.
I wish I had
we
my
didn't-
Santa hat.
We didn't really look the part dress wise, but hit me with something of like Christmas, like not necessarily decoration, but just like what's one thing that you like about the holiday season? Like what's just a one little nugget of you like, this is what I love about it. Holiday season, whatever.
This is more to Amber's credit. I really like when you decorate more of the inside of the house than the outside because I like that the festive decorations up. You walk in, it really feels like Christmas. You have the lights, the ornaments, and just the other stuff that you put around the house that really pull it all together. I really enjoy that. And I mean, food's always great, but I just I like the Christmas spirit, I guess.
Ryan?
Yeah, lights are cool. I'd say the music, I guess.
I love the
Like, I don't want to, like, if you work at a store or something, it gets annoying. Like, you hear it all
on
the time.
constant repeat.
But, like,
starting in October.
Yeah, I used to work retail, so that was annoying. But, like, when it first comes on, or if you're at a place where you can pick and choose when to play it, it's nice.
They have that Mariah Carey meme that's hilarious about Mariah Carey's coming,
Dude, she makes so much money off the holiday. But I will say the music for sure. Over in my little den area, I got the record player set up with the speakers, which it just is it's so much better. Some of the old classic crooners, their type of music, I'm like, this is you get in kind of a vibe. Maybe pour a little glass of some good stuff. But I would also say, dude, like I do kind of enjoy weirdly like the hustle and bustle of like the holiday. Like you're like running out, like doing stuff. Hey, I got to do this. I got to do this. And then when you get home, I just feel like it's so much sweeter. Like at like when you're done Christmas shopping or doing all your stuff,
when you're done,
and you can just sit there and be like, all right, everything's good. Everything's done.
And another thing I can't even lie about, I was thinking about it on our podcast, but Amber ended up yelling at me. She wraps presents perfectly. I wrap like a guy usually wraps. Like I'll get paper on it. You'll know it's from me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I remember working retail, and they're like, "Hey, can you gift wrap this?" I'm like, "I can,
I can
but
attempt
you're
to."
not gonna like it. You're more than welcome to use this wrapping paper."
Yeah. I was just gonna say another thing I should mention: the Christmas movies. Love that.
We will tease that for the next.
That was actually on my list. Is just there's always those movies you have to watch.
I can't wait to go in that discussion. That'll be fun.
Yeah, we're gonna hit that in the next segment. But Aaron, what is your kind of favorite
there's a
part?
Christmas memory, and I think our brother actually kind of lives there now. But there's
Your
like
mate.
there's like a candy cane lane, which we would drive by and see all the Christmas.
Wasn't that
decorations.
Rosemont? Yeah.
There's one in Rosemont. There's also one out in this area too.
That's what I was going to say. There's various candy cane lanes because
and
people
they've
just
certainly changed over years
yeah.
because people have moved. But there's one house where this guy lived, and I always remember he had about 700 of those toy soldier blow forms up there. The little toy soldiers, they light up. You got them in the neck.
ComEd's smiling during the Christmas time. I'll say that.
That's actually my
God.
favorite scene from one of the movies when they kick in the auxiliary nuclear generator.
Yeah.
Or nuclear reactor. But
Christmas Vacation.
Yes, Christmas Vacation.
Sorry.
But I really love those soldiers. Our grandmother had them in her house. I did a head count. I've got 18 of them on my lawn right now.
Oh, you decorated up your place?
Of course.
Well, when I was there, like last week, it wasn't. Did you just do it?
What do you mean?
Were you paying attention last week? Maybe that's a better question.
What do you say on the 18? I got 18 soldiers on my lawn. Did you not just say that?
Yeah.
I was over at your place last week. You didn't have 18 soldiers on your lawn.
Clearly, you weren't looking hard enough.
Oh,
Especially
shit,
after
they
you
were up?
left.
Oh, okay. Fucker.
When I got all the stuff out, I mean, that's the thing somebody else was saying is that like it's the hustle and bustle, and it definitely can get away from you really quickly. Where it's like, boy, that time has really gone, and you're sitting there like, hey, it's December 15th, maybe get that tree up. So anyway,
No, but I'm just again, this is a Christmas episode, so I kind of want to make it Christmas. And again, we kind of with the Christmas movies, we definitely will talk about some of those a little bit more in detail. Favorite Christmas movies coming up. So, Aaron, what do you got? I mean, I'm now like kind of interested in every intro, outro. Do you got anything planned?
I got to do an outro too.
You're
what
good.
The fuck
No, the
is
intro
this?
was more than sufficient.
But you're
That
good
was
at it,
incredible.
man.
I don't think I've never done really an outro. It's all these intros.
Yeah, we always have him mumbling some bullshit at the end. I mean,
Hey,
that's
man,
our-
I keep it short and sweet
I
and
know
to
this.
the point.
And then 4 people
some
add on.
stupid punchline, man.
It's usually how it goes.
I like to give options.
Sounds about right.
Our viewers don't appreciate your option. Our viewers, sorry.
No.
I
Viewer,
put an S on something
singular.
that doesn't exist. Yeah.
Our viewer.
What's up, Bronson? I know he watches.
Bronson is
I
a
love Bronson. I love the
valued
Whitcamps.
guest and avid listener, but we got to get him back on. But
Yeah.
Aaron, if you got something, throw it out. Otherwise,
I'll see you at the next intro.
please.
Ah, there it is, my house in good old Cleveland Street. However could I forget? And there I am with that dumb round face and that stupid stocking cap. But no matter, Christmas was on its way. Lovely, glorious, beautiful Christmas around which the entire kid year revolved. Downtown Homan was preparing for its yearly bacchanalia of peace and good in earth and goodwill towards men. Hybee's corner window was traditionally on a high water mark of the pre-Christmas season. First-nighters packed earmuff into earmuff, jostled in wonderment before a golden tinkling display of mechanized electronic joy. Wow, there it is, the holy grail of Christmas gifts, the Red Ryder 200-shot range model air rifle, and there he is, Red Ryder himself. In his hand was the knurled stock of a coolly deadly-looking piece of weaponry as ever I had laid eyes on. For weeks I had been scheming to get my mitts on one of these fearsome blue steel beauties. My fevered brain seethed with the effort of trying to come up with the indefinitely subtle devices necessary to implant the Red Ryder range model air rifle indelibly into my parents' subconscious.
Whoa. I don't know why that made me laugh even more than the first. That was great.
Do you know what that was?
That's from A Christmas Story, right?
100%.
Yeah,
You'll shoot your eye out.
I thought that did you not add in a couple other words that you changed something?
I
around?
certainly fucked up saying a couple of them, but I didn't really change any of the words.
Oh, okay. I thought a couple were different. Coolly, I don't remember.
That was 100% in here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
love
really enjoyed it. It was a trip
I
down
love
memory
that. No,
lane.
it perfectly just kind of gets us right into this. So, favorite Christmas movies. We're doing a Christmas episode right now for the Fantasy Football Journeymen. So,
Yeah. Look at all the decorations on the set.
I mean, you can maybe see the tree back there.
There's there's a little bit of festive spirit in here. Yeah.
It's all right.
It really is. You just can't see it.
It's all right. Well,
All right, I'm gonna go into mine right out of the gate, and I know you don't consider it a Christmas movie, and I don't think Bruce Willis would either. But Die Hard.
it's not a Christmas movie.
But if I had to pick a different one, it's Bad Santa.
Love Bad Santa.
Okay, but why isn't Die Hard? It is.
Die Hard 1 and Die Hard 2.
I
Or
never saw
not
Die
Christmas
Hard.
movies.
I feel
Die
like-
Harder. I've never seen.
I feel like there are Christmas movies and like Christmas adjacent movies. It's
So
kinda
this is like parking on the street but not owning a home.
I don't know. Like it's like
What it is that there are movies that occur during Christmas, but has literally nothing to do with the movie in and of itself. So that's where Die Hard falls into that crevice in between. Because there's a couple other ones that people have tried to. You guys brought up Lethal Weapon.
Yeah,
It
Lethal
just
Weapon.
Batman
It-
Returns.
It occurs during
yeah.
Christmas. There is no implications of Christmas being like. I think of it as like a major plot hole or anything like that. If you took it out and you just did it during February, it'd be the same movie. Shitty weather.
That's not true. John McClane would not have gone to Nakatomi Plaza then.
See,
There'd be
and
no
now you're
movie.
being just obtuse.
He
Right,
went
because
there.
there was a
The entire
Christmas
reason why he was there was
party.
for a Christmas party.
You're obtuse.
That's why all those people
Insert any other party, same shit.
I'm
That
fi- I
your
mean,
argument is
I'm-
invalid.
And
I'm
second, I mean, Die Hard, Die Harder, same problem. He wouldn't be there waiting for his wife to come back for the holidays.
I'm fine with it being a Christmas movie. I don't really care either way, but I don't like think of it when I think of Christmas movies. It doesn't come to my head exactly.
No, I know that, but I guess for me, I really enjoy
doesn't
but
bother me,
No,
though.
but if we're going like truly Christmas, Bad Santa with
Okay.
Billy Bob Thornton was
Bad Santa is
hilarious.
definitely a Christmas movie. That's fair pick there to starting off strong. Ryan hit. Well, it's just ping pong. Let's just keep going.
Okay, well, I mean, Christmas Vacation, obviously,
Love it.
one of the best.
Of course.
Always got to hit up the Home Alones. I like 2 more than 1.
Why does Ryan get like 4 movies?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I said
Bullshit.
bounce
No,
around.
all
He
of
just
these are
starts
great. All of
listing them.
these are great.
I'll leave some meat on the bone.
I like,
there you go.
I like the entire Paramount catalog.
There you go. I gotta start off with the Santa Claus,
Yeah, I was going to say I love that one, too.
as that's
Is
Is
that
that
what Tim
1,
Allen?
2, 3,
Yeah.
4 of the series?
oh my Jesus.
Yeah, they
Christ.
should have never made any more than just the first one.
I was gonna say first 2 is bearable, 3 is get out of town. It's awful, and then everything after that I stopped watching. But it's just the fact that Tim Allen is in my book like the quintessential Santa Claus. Although there are a couple movies, I'm not gonna list them now, but like Kurt Russell was Santa Claus. He wasn't bad, But like
I
you
like
can't.
Kurt Russell.
To me, you
In
can't
almost
beat
anything
Tim
he
Allen.
does.
Was that a Netflix special with Kurt
Yeah,
Russell?
Netflix movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so Aaron, hit us with one.
Oh, it's 100% Scrooged.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you please, for the love of God and all that's holy, stop the goddamn hammering?
What about the Muppets Christmas Carol?
I like
That's-
that one.
I think that's a
Love
good
that
one.
one.
Definitely a good one.
Yeah.
I always love watching Jingle,
I like
all the,
Muppets.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle all the way with Arnold. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Garber, Cupid, Donner, Blitz. Yeah. God damn, I love that
Put the
movie.
cookie down, Ted. My
Oh,
Christmas
my-
star on my tree.
My favorite bit in that is a little locked in there, but where the postman's got the thing and he tell them to put all their guns down to the
Yeah.
cops. He's like, "You too, Barnaby
You too,
Jones,"
Barnaby Jones.
and it was Barnaby Jones.
Yeah.
Tell him this man is
Dude.
completely insane.
Sinbad is
That's
the
it,
greatest.
Sinbad.
Oh my god.
He still denies making that one movie.
The Shazam.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
No, that's a myth.
Yeah, it's
There
No,
was
it exists.
No, it
Trust
doesn't.
me.
No, it doesn't.
I think everybody's thinking of the Shaq movie Kazam.
Kazam.
And
No, the one that we're referring to exists. That film was made.
he debunked it himself.
he never did a
mean
magical
debunked
genie
it?
movie.
He's talked about it. He's like, I never made a movie called Shazam.
Everybody thinks that he was in the Shaq movie Kazam because it was a very easily like insertable role of Sinbad into
Yeah.
that. I could see him doing it, but it's absolutely untrue.
Okay, the one I can tell you for sure exists with Sinbad, First Kid.
That's what I was gonna say.
That's
That's what I was
a
gonna
good
say.
one.
I was literally about to say that.
That's such a good one.
When he takes the paper towel roll, it's like, oh. Wasn't that JTT in that one too?
No, that was another Disney kid or something like that. It wasn't JTT though.
He's the best in Jingle All the Way, though.
Jingle All the Way is a great one. I'm gonna keep it rolling with
Jonathan Taylor Thomas in Jingle All the Way?
No,
No, I
Anakin,
know, I
Anakin
know.
Skywalker,
Yeah.
from the Phantom Menace.
Oh, yeah.
Jake Lloyd.
Yeah,
Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd. I thought you were going to tell me that Hayden Christensen. I'm like, get out of here.
No.
The other one, though, Phil Hartman.
Oh God, it's the best.
Phil Hartman.
Howard lives in the shower. Should I go get her for you?
Oh, these cookies.
These cookies.
Put them back. You just did it.
Not nestled safely under our
All right, so
tree.
I'm gonna throw it back though. This is one that I personally like is White Christmas.
IMDb. I'm just saying it exists. They wouldn't lie. IMDb knows Shazam with Sinbad exists. So
Okay,
we'll put
we
that
don't
to
fact
bed.
check anything on this podcast.
I know.
Boy,
I
you
had
spent a
to.
long time looking that up.
I wanted to
So
be certain.
I'm gonna mention two oldies, and I think both
Sure.
of these people
Shazam,
resonate. So I,
yeah.
I did mention White Christmas, but I'm gonna also say It's a Wonderful Life.
Love It's Wonderful.
Both
Life.
of those are
Love it.
in my again for the
No
older.
Miracle on 34th Street.
It's
I could
sentimental.
honestly
like
I could
it.
take or leave it.
No, but you're
Bells
right.
of St. Mary
It's a Wonderful
one, too?
Life.
There's a what?
Bells of St. Mary. Is that a Christmas movie?
I don't know.
I think it's
That's-
Christmas time, too.
Kind of outside of my knowledge of.
I like that. What about the original Rudolph? You know, the clay. That was always fun.
Yeah, that's
the
What are
great.
those
Claymations.
Claymations?
Yeah.
Yeah, those, man. Talk about
Stop motion. I think it was
stop motion photography. That, like, you talk about making a film and, like, really having to put a lot of time in that. Holy smokes.
They were so good though when you were younger. It was kind of like a staple I think
I really
around
enjoyed
here
it, yeah,
is
my
that you would
godparents always
always
watch
watch
it.
them Christmas like on clockwork. You like we're watching Rudolph, Frosty the Snowman.
What is Grinch? That was always one of the animated one.
Yeah.
or-
Okay, yeah, I like the short and the Jim Carrey one as well.
Not the Jim Carrey. I was thinking of more of that
animated one?
from way back.
The
when.
animated one is like a more of a short. It's like 27 minutes or something like that. And
Yeah,
it
I
just
mean,
goes
they
right
all
through
work
the
because
story.
they're all, like, TV specials.
The Jim Carrey one though is on my list. That is definitely top tier.
He did a great job portraying that character. Absolutely.
I don't know. People don't like it, but I do not give a shit.
I think ones like you wouldn't think of are really good, like The Night Before. That one's really good. Joseph Gordon,
Oh, yeah,
Joseph
newer one.
Gordon-Levitt
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Seth Rogen. That one was funny.
I didn't see that one. The one I'm thinking of, though, is, what's that Vince Vaughn? Is it Four Christmases?
Oh, he's got a couple of them, man. He's got Fred Claus.
Fred Claus, I really like the idea
And Four
of it.
Christmases.
Four Christmases, though.
I haven't
just-
seen him.
Four Christmases, his interactions with his family are just
Yeah.
phenomenal.
With as Ed Duvall, right?
uh,
Is that Ed Duvall? What's his name?
Robert Duvall.
Robert Duvall.
Robert
Ed
Duvall is his
Duvall.
dad, and
Ed Duvall is his brother.
no, his brother is
God damn it, Aaron! You couldn't let me.
John Favreau.
John Favreau. Yeah.
No, but never mind. I like that movie for a couple of a couple of scenes, but overall, it's not getting in my top 5. Like I would say, I have a solid top 5, and then outside of that are like fringe. One we didn't mention though that is always going to be in my top 5 though. Elf.
Love Elf.
Everyone does. Will Ferrell crushes it. And then
Such a good movie.
you have what's his name in it that you're all pissed off that he doesn't do like mob movies as the Buddy the Elf's dad. What's the
James Caan
James
stopped
Caan.
doing mob movies and stuff like that.
No, I know, but you got all like butthurt about the fact
Well,
that he.
Well, actually, I'm about to swing the door back the other way.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're talking about it's not a Christmas movie. That than like reindeer games.
I just watched
Oh,
it the other
right.
day or the other week.
It's like that's way more on point for Christmas than anything else
for sure.
because they have to be Santa Claus to go rob the place.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not saying that Reindeer
But I
Games
wouldn't call
isn't.
that a
What-
Christmas
what is-
movie.
was it Friday After Next? Isn't that a
But-
Christmas one too?
Yeah.
I'm
They
just saying,
beat the
Die
hell out of
Hard.
that.
Die
Yeah,
Hard is
sick.
brought up every single year. I just had an argument with Vince and Sanoop about this. That they were saying like,
Do they
I've
support-
heard the argument about it, but
Vince
I just
and
want
Snoop,
to
I'm going
see.
to tell you right now, you're right, and Jason's full of shit.
It's just not true. But moving on, we got a couple.
It's a
I like.
dagger in his side.
Also, what about Eight Crazy Nights from Adam Sandler?
Oh,
That's
I
good.
Hate
Yeah.
All right, throw out last couple.
That's the one with that's a
bunch.
technical foul.
Yeah.
Possibly a
Oogie,
felony.
oogie, 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 oogie.
No, dude, that's the one movie that I fell asleep in at the movie theater, and I don't enjoy it.
The 8 Crazy Nights.
Yeah, I literally
each
sleep
their
was
own.
more of a.
I think I was
value.
like 13, so I got a kick out of it.
Any more last ones? Anything we?
You
No, I
mentioned
think we
bad. You
covered it
mentioned
pretty
Bad
well.
Santa, right?
Bad Santa was
Bad
one of
Santa's
those.
the first one.
great.
Okay.
No, we're good.
Are we
Let's put
missing
a bow on it.
anything?
See
Yeah.
how I did there?
I mean, we're
Let's put a
we're
bow on
definitely
it.
missing a ton.
Did a
We're missing we hit the classics for sure.
I mean, nobody mentioned the Charlie Brown Christmas. and
Christmas-
like,
Christmas-
those
Christmas
are, those are all
Story.
kind of like a standard set there. Christmas Story we were talking about earlier.
Story.
I did
Um,
Muppets.
Christmas
Carol,
Vacation was
so-
mentioned, and that's
That's not it. I mean, the other thing I think it's worth an honorable mention is that every one of the TV shows that tend to, at least certainly in the like mid 2000s, early 90s, they all had their Christmas episode. Those were always kind of fun to watch.
yeah. I feel like just
Yeah.
wrapping a bow.
You don't
on
really
it.
see that too much anymore.
Yeah, I think putting a bow on is like there's a nostalgia piece that like that's why I always resonate with the movies that are young, like from my earlier formative years.
Not white.
Yeah. Peace and goodwill towards men, and then he goes and plays Call of Duty.
I'm just saying though, is like the newer movies that come out. To me, I've even given some of them a chance. They just don't hit, but it's not for a lack of like,
I mean,
oh well, you
trying.
don't believe in Santa Claus, so you can't do it. It's like
Well,
no, it's
clearly-
just shittily
They have
made.
Will
now.
Ferrell though, and what is it? Spirited with Ryan.
I have not seen that one. Is
I've
that good?
seen parts of it. I've enjoyed the parts
Okay.
that I have seen, and then you have Noelle with Hannah Kendricks.
I saw that one,
Is
and
that
I
any
thought
good?
I thought that was dog shit.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg and Daddy's Home. Daddy's
Oh,
Home
that
too.
was also great.
I was thinking about that just
See,
now.
I
yeah.
enjoyed
I like that
one.
one. That one was funny.
And was it Mel Gibson?
John
It's-
Lithgow.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
good.
John Lithgow is a fucking.
That was really
dog.
funny.
All right, so as we're Christmas episode, I think we'll still tie in one more thing here or there over the last one, but let's talk about football because this game, as we've
Getting out of control. man.
as we've already talked about,
It is a
though,
rout.
Thursday night games are dog shit. This one's turned out to be especially a potent scent here. Vegas is up 35-zip 'zip
Going
to the
into half.
Chargers.
Yeah.
This is unheard of. Are they going to put up 50 points?
I say pedal to the metal. Let them have fun. I mean, they're both not playoff bound, so.
I'm really nervous they're going to take Devontae Adams out because they don't need him in anymore.
But it
That's
is
actually
possible.
a valid point. And
I don't
now
know.
that Samir White's not even in. They have someone else running it. Like they have a few
All
other
three
people.
running backs are doing work.
I know.
It's
This
crazy.
is a crazy. I would never
I mean,
expect
this
this score
is
in a
what we
million
would
years.
expect the score to be for the whole game, if anything, if we were
I
lucky.
should have done an alternative spread and just went nuts with the friggin' Raiders. Oh well.
So let's kind of turn the attention though to, the backup quarterback thing. It was atrocious last week. I think it's just getting worse and worse because more quarterbacks
This
keep going
entire
down.
year has been full of injuries, and
Well, it's not been great, but like the last week, I think there was like seven matchups. So that's like 14 total QBs who like this was either making their start for the season or they were like a rookie. So it was like 14 quarterback. That's almost half the league of
Right.
new faces. And let's be frank, they're not good. I mean, there are a couple guys who are playing well.
Can I still be Garth?
But like, what is your guys' take kind of on like the status of the QBs? And then if you do have it, kind of a secondary point, do you have a quarterback that you see as getting some time that is actually showing up? Who's like,
Can I do the showing up one?
Go ahead.
Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, Browning.
Yeah, Browning. Oh, I love the gun too. All right, Browning, endorse me. What?
No, it's fun.
But then, like, quarterbacks or backups have just failed to do anything. I think the continuous, and it's not just once, but Jets. You have Wilson who
lit it up last week.
Okay, wow, 1 week.
I'm not saying he's good. I'm just saying he had a good
I know,
week.
but then that same could be applied for Dobbs, who's going over to Minnesota. But I guess for me, even this game, dude, just watching the backup for the Chargers, like, what is it, 3 fumbles and it's already halftime?
I think he was supposed to be a hockey player. His name's Easton Stick.
But yeah, I guess I'm sure you have some other examples.
That's a good joke.
But
I'll
this
give
is
Ryan
rough,
a
man.
10.
I stole it from Steve Flans in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Credit Steve Flans.
All right, no, yeah, but other backups, go for it, man. You got it.
I was just going to say, me and Woj on the pod last week, we were by ourselves. We kind of talked about it. I had said if Bobby were here, he would say that, this is an opportunity for them to show what they got, like, earn a job maybe.
Right.
At the same time, would I rather see the starters? Of course,
Of course.
As far as any backups that stand out to me, this Raiders guy looks pretty good. Aiden O'Connell, he's looking solid. I don't know if he's like the guy, but Bailey Zappi looks decent.
Zappi, you're right.
Better than Mac Jones, at least.
Zappi, yeah, he didn't do too bad for the past couple.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, like I was telling him last week, like last year Brock Purdy had to step up, and we found out he's pretty good. Like maybe
I'm pissed that I traded him away.
Could have another Purdy situation. Maybe another team if they luck out with a guy like this. I mean, I don't think Joe Burrow's not going to be the guy, but maybe Browning gets himself a job somewhere else.
Sure.
What do you think, Woj?
Yeah, I'm looking at Minnesota quarterback situation went to a real dumpster fire.
They're going
quick.
to Mullins this week.
So they're going to a
picked up
different.
Mullins?
They're no
They've
Nick
had him.
Mullins.
Oh, they've had him.
And that's an interesting one because I think he did pretty well when he filled in. I think that was in between
What
Alex
team was
Smith when he was on the
Kansas City?
49ers, maybe.
He was on the Niners.
Yeah, but he
Mullins.
filled in the gap between maybe Garoppolo and then Brock Purdy. And when he filled in when Garoppolo was injured, he ended up being like pretty well. I thought
that was C.J. Beathard, the backup who's now in
that's the guy who's
Jacksonville.
coming in. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not fact checking, but I believe he was on San Fran, and when he played, he was decent.
So we're journeymen and not experts.
Yeah.
But I'm an
get it.
asshole take of this guy, I think. And then the other person, I mean, I like the story of Tommy DeVito.
Did you see his agent last week?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Was he part of Tony Soprano's crew or what? That dude.
I just like
That was a funny meme. I think they already blew that up.
I like kind of the fact that like a guy in New York, when they get like hot, like streaking on the field, they get so much backing from the city,
dude. Yeah,
and they blow up. Like I could easily see him going to me like he's now throwing 3 touchdowns a game for the rest of the year.
He somehow got NFC Player of the Week for offense, and he only had like 170 yards passing, and I don't think any touchdowns.
Yeah, no. So what is that?
Like they got to win, so he gets the Player of the Week.
Pretty much
against Green Bay, and yeah.
I think the bar is set very low for quarterbacks
how bad
this
do you
year.
think that? How bad do you think Giants fans feel they're paying Daniel Jones buttloads of money, and this Tommy DeVito guy looks better, and they're paying him nothing?
Isn't that the same story with Mac Jones up at?
Yeah, I guess he's not making as much as
Right.
Daniel Jones though, but still, same thing. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know anybody in whether you're a Giants fan or you're just a football fan that you look at that contract and you go, "This is a good deal for what we got."
See, that's what I'm afraid with Fields is going to happen. We're going to overpay him. He's not going to do that well. And we could have had number 1 pick and taken whoever. You know what I mean? Like it's happened many times. Like it's fine if you're not doing this well right now because you're in a rookie deal or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing that on a Daniel Jones type deal.
I don't think the Bears would do that because
they're going to have to pay him if they want to keep him.
But they're going to have to pay him. But this is the thing about Justin Fields is that his play has not dictated good enough. Not saying Daniel Jones had it even better, but there at least was a thing of with Daniel Jones, it's like
I mean, you took him to the playoffs, I guess.
you took him, like they drafted him and they committed to him, and they were like, hey, you're the guy. I bet you in New York they've been saying it the whole time. Coaches have been saying, you're the guy, you're not going anywhere. Trying to, in my opinion, I guess from afar, I'm thinking they're just trying to inflate his ego to be like, hey, maybe if we talk him up, he'll play better. Clearly hasn't happened. So it's just like it's a bad season all around for the Giants because, again, you're seeing a backup guy he's living on his mom's couch coming in and playing better than Daniel Jones did in the last, I don't know, however
I think
many
to say
games.
but living on his mom's couch is a stretch, or is that a real
That's a legitimate
reality?
thing, yeah.
Wow. What's you guys' thoughts on Minshew real quick? Because backup quarterback,
Minshew's a great backup.
right? Not bad.
If
I
you want to
enjoy
have a
Minshew.
backup, like he's the guy. It's kind of like when, like, I don't know, like who's an example? Like Chase Daniel for the Bears was a great backup, or like
Orton?
Orton.
Chase Daniel, ugh.
Nick Foles is a good backup. Like backups, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Not for a guy you want to lead your team for the season, but you need him for 2-3 games. to
I
get you
consider
through.
Two tree,
almost
two tree.
everyone right now at New Orleans as a backup quarterback. I mean,
Jameis Winston, I argue, I will retract. I'll give two quick jump ins here. One, I was a Derek Carr fan up until about 2 weeks ago, where I just he is literally made of glass. I cannot endorse you anymore, Derek Carr. I know it's going to hurt your heart. And then the second one is the Buffalo dip. I just want to make this as a teaser because I know some of our
so good.
our foodies out there are gonna. So we got the teaser of.
It was really nice of Bobby to drop it off early last
Yeah,
week.
no,
Thank
Oh
you.
my God! I already mentioned it. Buffalo dip from Jewel, sponsor us.
Happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays, happy holidays. It's the Journeymen. Happy holidays. We can't sing.
well, speak for yourself, young man.
I love. You could do.
could
Was
do
that
Barry
Burl
White.
Ives? Right?
What?
Good.
Doesn't Burl Ives does Frosty the Snowman?
Frosty
Gotta be
the
deeper than that.
Snowman.
That was I love it, man. There's keeping with the holiday theme here. I like
No
the-
lessons.
Yeah, I do want to
Self-taught.
just acknowledge we got a little bit of technical difficulty on the last one, but that's cool. Rolling through.
Because
So
Howard Stern has got a great microphone that just burns through things. But all right,
it's
go
all
ahead.
good. It's a cool microphone though.
It is a cool mic.
So let's talk about this real quick here because
I mean,
We
Let's
professional
talk
equipment,
about
man.
it.
we mentioned here on the break though that Al Michaels, I just saw it like I don't know a week ago or whatever, a couple days, that he is not doing any of the playoffs. Now Ryan, you brought up something that's interesting though of the reason. That's for sure the reason why, or that's why you're assuming.
That's what I read. Said that
Okay.
he refused to talk about outside football things, meaning
Relationships.
ergo
Ergo.
Taylor Swift and whatever else, any other circus shit.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not football. Agreed.
'Cause it's the
Thank you, Al
playoffs. It's the
Michaels.
playoffs.
He's a purist. Love it.
He respects the game.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'm on the captainship of captain of the boat of. You need to
has no
talk
idea where
about
this boat's
football. Hey, it's going right downtown, son.
I'm the captain now.
It just in the terms of football is football. That's what I want to talk. That's what I want them to talk about. That's what I want to
Right.
hear about, and I want you to do it in a way that is like entertaining,
and fun,
right?
yeah.
The
And
one person I
informational.
hate, and I will throw a shout out to him, Charles Davis. You're awful. Just throwing that out there. Hate that guy.
And
Moving on.
Granted, Madden wasn't the best commentator, but he had fun doing it, which means we had fun watching him do it. So, I mean, a lot of the stuff he said, it's just Maddenism at this point.
I don't really hate. I don't think any commentators.
I don't think anyone can.
Well, like people hate Joe Buck or like
No one loves Joe.
Chris Collinsworth. I don't mind them. They're fine.
Joe
whatever.
Buck, no. Collinsworth, I don't mind listening to.
Do they say the same shit? Yeah, but I don't-
Commentators, again, you can love or hate them or whatever, but I think unequivocally, Al Michaels is easily one of the most historic broadcasters
yeah.
Fan
from
favorite, yeah.
from the Olympics call of the
Yeah.
Miracle on Ice to even just like his historied like football career of just calling some of the bigger games, you know, and his voice is iconic. I think this is a absolute garbage way for a guy like that to be kind of muscled out. Not granted, I'm hoping that he gets on somewhere else and they show him out right, but realistically, he's like 80 years old.
He
Like,
doesn't.
I think he was already on the way out of like retiring.
I'm just saying he doesn't need like a final sign off. I mean, for what it's worth, he's been doing this for years and years and years. There's nothing more you could add to your resume. I mean, everyone respects the hell out of him. So
I just hit my bet.
Josh Palmer.
I just hit my fucking bet on that. No flags? No flags?
Palmer went.
Hello?
I'm not knocking you for giving you money.
Well, first of all, Bobby, sorry, I did realize that. We're good. We're good. We're square.
You heard the bet though; it was a field goal, right? That's not a field goal.
That's more than a field goal. It was 3+,
so
and you're wrong.
Woj said they'll get
wrong.
a field goal. So I guess we're still at play here.
And
There goes a
you're
shout-out.
wrong.
I'm glad that we didn't check the fine print, but let's go.
Not only are you wrong, I'm wiping it away because I won the bet. So
He's
just
like Andre. I'm putting it.
shut your whore mouth. Shut your whore mouth. But again, I mean, do you guys think though that Al Michaels should get on at least somewhere else to have a final kind of like?
I think the people have Al Michaels back. I think that he can't do anything. I mean, he's under contract, I'm assuming, with NBC. So I don't think he can just like freelance for another network.
But I'm saying if this is the final year of that contract, and then they end up like,
should he go somewhere else?
if he
Sure.
goes somewhere else,
If
or does he retire?
I mean, he's pretty damn old. I don't know.
He doesn't need. Like I said, if I was in
It's
his
up to him.
position, yeah, I know, totally up to him.
I mean, I could see him going to like ESPN or
Okay.
whatever, like CBS. I doubt Fox, but I mean, it could happen.
All I know is that when he does his final broadcast, is one of the ones that I'm going to tune into.
This is sad. See, told you since 2003. This is from a previous podcast. I said, fall from grace. The Raiders. Since 2003, they've only had 2 winning seasons. 2.
It's really bad.
That's horrible. All right, sorry.
Oh, good.
Interrupted.
So we had the Al Michaels kind of thing as a topic to discuss. I also think that this is kind of unprecedented from Mahomes in terms of the way that he reacted after that game, which was
drama.
Karen?
Greg,
Yeah, okay,
the new
I mean,
Greg or whatever. I forget the male equivalent.
I've seen it. I've heard the Karen been thrown out. I just think that he
She getting
hasn't.
a haircut.
He hasn't been
Part of a
gone.
homeowners
He hasn't.
association.
He hasn't gone through adversity really yet in his career, and I think this is the first time where they're not doing well, and it kind of just boiled up, and he was just like,
Tough titty.
"I'm just saying, as everybody
The
allowed
refs
to
have been always on Mahomes'
I was gonna
side.
say, yeah, he's gotten
so the fact that they
umpteenth
actually
calls.
called this as it was, hey, it's a penalty. A penalty is a penalty. Why can't you just deal with that fact? He's like, oh, but it was a good play. I don't care. Great play. Holding comes all the way back.
It sucks. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I think it was is absolutely the right call for sure.
this case, it was
Kadarius Toney
offsides, yeah.
lined off
Yeah.
offsides, but at the same point, I just think of it as like everybody is kind of due for a one-time outburst at some point, right? I don't think that it's the it's the end all be all. He'll be fine. There's not going to be more outbursts like this. I can almost guarantee it.
I don't. I actually think that there might be even more.
Yeah, it's like
I don't think this
like-
is the end.
it's like
of
the
it.
NBA when you bitch to the refs and you're like LeBron and you get more calls. It's the same thing.
Okay, well, you just opened up another
Well,
can
I
of worms
mean,
that we can't even
that's the whole
discuss.
thing. Even with Green Bay, you had Rodgers. Like, no offense,
Yeah.
he got received preferential.
it's been
yeah.
going on in every league for a long time. Star players get star treatment. They get calls.
Yeah, but I mean, again, in the specific kind of topic of him outbursting, I don't think that's going to happen, even if he doesn't get calls. I really just don't think. I just don't think.
I know. I'm just saying doubt on that.
Okay. I mean, it's a fair point.
And it's just like too, like it's such an easy thing to not be offsides. Like just line up
Yeah,
on
check with the ref.
on the fucking
Better.
yeah. Ask the ref or literally look down the field to your left or right, and you can see if you're off or not. I don't know. Like it's so dumb. Like
Preventable
It's-
penalties.
it's not like one of those calls where it's like, well, that could have been holding, maybe, or maybe that was legal contact. Like I don't know. I can see it either way. It's like no, he's offside, 100%.
I like that. No, but teams could minimize, like issues like that, and getting, they could get more wins. Minimize those type of penalties that you could prevent. I mean, there's certain times where you grabbing a wide receiver is actually preferential to them catching it and going, yard on you. But it's like those type of things, like false starts, offside. It's like how those, look, just
Also, maybe the NFL, you want to like instead of like when there's like an encroachment or an offside, maybe blow the play dead right away instead of.
I like the ability to move it if they snap it right away.
Like-
if that's what happens, let it happen. I call that the Rodgers, Because that's how he got a lot of touchdowns. He'd wait for someone to jump, snap the ball, and then he'd send someone deep and just chuck it up. So I don't know.
No, yeah, I mean you're right. I mean in terms of the preferential treatment is very apparent, even more so apparent in. I think if we didn't discuss it on the pod, it was definitely the LeBron James calling the timeout when their team didn't even have the ball a couple weeks ago, which was one of the worst NBA calls I've ever seen. And then they couldn't review it, and the ref was just standing there being like, "I made a bad call."
Bulls lost a playoff game because of something similar.
Wait. He called a timeout that didn't exist. Isn't that a foul?
No, LeBron called a timeout when his team did not have possession.
Yeah.
You have to have possession of the ball.
Possession, right? Yeah. So I would have been like, there should be a foul there.
Although the thing you're thinking of happened that I was talking about with him against the Bulls in the playoffs one year. David Blatt was calling for a foul. They didn't have any. They didn't give it to him. It should have been technical foul.
Right, exactly.
Or sorry, timeout. Technical foul, Bulls ball. And they didn't get that. Then they ended up hitting the game winner 10 seconds later.
How is that permissible? I guess that'd be my...
Well, this is the thing is that in the NBA, just as in the NFL, there are things that they cannot review. And because of the way that the rules are written, they call it on the floor. And then basically if it's wrong, they go, we can't do anything. And then it impacts the game. Are you tired there, my man? You need to get to bed?
No.
I'm a little fatigued myself.
Old man river.
Bit,
It's all good. We were actually on the very outskirts of the episode.
Too much buffalo chicken to fill that.
Dude, it's so good. I will have honestly shout out. I hopefully should have some Aunt Donna's famous taco dip coming through after next week. Yeah, so that should be.
Oh hell yeah!
Instead of the buffalo dip, it's my favorite.
It's really good.
I think it's the quintessential taco dip. This is how it should taste, and I think you're gonna be pleasantly surprised with it.
I really like that my cousin used to make is that delicious cream cheese pretzel strawberry thing. You ever had that?
Yes, I know exactly.
So
what you're
fucking
about.
good.
No, sounds good.
It's like like cream cheese pretzels and like strawberry. Whatever
puree
jelly
on top,
or Jello or something.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's so
great dessert.
salty sweet.
That's a good idea. Let's end it on. Let's just go through the line. What are you guys excited to eat during the holiday season that you normally don't eat, year round, or something that you kind of treat yourself to?
Treat yourself.
My sister loves this, and so do I. I'm going to do two things. It's called a veggie pizza. It's pretty much like a giant pita with cream cheese, and then you do like different veggies, like chop up some broccoli and some other things. So and then you cut it up like a pizza, but it ends up tasting pretty good. It's a good healthy choice.
You don't bake it though, right? You just
the pitas, everything baked.
No, but
everything else is cold.
You don't pop it in the oven. With
No, it's all cold.
I like a veggie pizza.
But then, my other one would be just turkey or ham, like bone-in ham. The big spiral. I think that's called bone-in spiral ham.
Yeah, nice.
Really enjoy those right around holidays.
Ryan, what you got?
Well, I already mentioned it, the pretzel dip thing.
Oh shit, that is absolutely right. Aaron, what you got?
I really don't have any preferred Christmas food. It's not a food holiday for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say
yeah.
I guess maybe like a candy cane every now and then, but I don't really eat candy, so it's like.
Damn.
But back in the day when I was a kid, I liked that.
Yeah. Plot twist: Easter is a food holiday for me.
Okay, fair point. No, I'm all on the pierogi train. Those
I love pierogies.
I go about 15, 20 deep. And then I feel awful, but I'm like,
it's so good.
I'm
you
like,
just can't stop.
I know what I'm getting into. I'm good.
What
with
kind of
it.
pierogies do you guys have? The potato or beef?
We
or
do
a
potato and cheese.
Yep.
I think a just cheese, a sauerkraut, and a mushroom.
Yeah,
I'm getting.
But I'm getting on all those. Absolutely.
I mean, dude, it's just one of these days that it is a consistent couple days of eating for our, my side of the family. Not my side, but like both sides of the family, and it is a nice thing though. Just like. You kind of are feeling like, hey, you can just kind of get fat. Nobody cares.
Yep.
Eat as much as you want because usually, like the
dad bods are in, ladies.
Well, usually
dad bods are in.
Usually the relatives are just like, no. You need to eat more. You need to eat more. Come on. Or hey, you take leftovers home. So
skin and bones.
Yeah.
That's my mom, dude. She's old school. Like,
yeah,
Lori. I love Lori. She's
Shout out Lori.
Part of this present too, but she'll also like with this guy, anyone else. Oh, come on in. Let's get you something to eat, like right away.
She's like Joe Pesci's mom in Goodfellas.
Yes, exactly. In that sense,
we commit a murder in the middle of the night. She'll make us a big
do
pasta
you guys want
dinner.
something to eat real quick?
Which is actually Martin Scorsese's actual mother.
Yes, it is.
That's crazy.
And
though.
the guy in the prison is his dad.
Wait, which kind of
The
prison?
guy who makes the sauce.
Oh, really?
Oh, no kidding. I wouldn't have got.
Put
You
too many,
always-
don't put too many onions in there.
Yeah, too many
2
onions.
3 onions. What?
Recipe
love
calls
it.
for 2 to 3 small onions.
2 3 small onions.
No, I like it. It's wrapping up the pun intended, the Christmas episode here. I just kind of want to wish everybody happy holidays. Is a nice time of the
Celebrate
year.
with your families. Have some,
Yeah, but we will catch you. We're gonna do at least a couple more in December. Aaron, any last final wrap up thoughts?
From our family to yours, happy holidays.
Oh, that was nice. Happy holidays.